Hey guys, I want to release a word to you today that I released yesterday in our Telegram channel. It's free. You can join below if you want. Not trying to side promote the Telegram channel in here, just that's where I released it yesterday. And I felt like the Lord was like, share this on YouTube. So I want to share this with you guys. It has to do with the crash, how I do think there's more to come on this crash, but just this electrifying feeling I felt last night that I believe was from the Holy Spirit that is completely shattering the emotions the enemy is trying to give people right now in cryptocurrency. I believe the enemy is trying to, and just, I don't want to put it, say the enemy and banks. I don't want to combine those together, although there might be some overlap. The manipulation that's happening, this is standard market psychology, where banks, the news media, they try to crash projects that have a future. Case in point, silver. I cannot tell you how many prophetic brothers of mine have come to me or I've been in rooms with that say this is not the end of silver's bull run. It is going a whole lot higher, and what we're seeing is just manipulation. So let me just get straight to the point. What I felt last night was this electrifying feeling, literally in my body, my mind, and my soul, of looking into the future, that we are in a place right now that we should be getting excited like kids on Christmas. That's what I saw. It was that type of feeling. I went back to when I was like 10 years old, just at Christmas time. I'm like, we get to scoop up some gifts underneath the tree. I don't feel like this drop on altcoins and Bitcoins is necessarily done yet. I think we have more downside potential. But what I felt like the Lord sharing with me is, Travis, you have spent days, weeks, months, years, some of you decades researching some of the coins that I've spoken to you guys and myself about, mainly XRP, XLM, SHIB, all these other coins. Okay? We know, I know, I can anchor myself in what the Lord has spoken to me about regarding the future of some of these coins. I'm going to use XRP as an example here because I think it's something we all relate with. Myself, Brandon Biggs talking about the Lord showing him at XRP at $10,000, seeing it go up to $5 and then do multiple $100 jumps. Okay? Hundreds of prophetic individuals and just believers see this. I cannot tell you guys, in the role that the Lord has placed me in as an influencer online and in my town, how many people email me and text me and call me to meet up to talk to me about this thing called XRP. They don't know what it is, but the Lord is telling them to throw $10,000 into it. Or, I'm supposed to get into this. Can you please explain to me what this is? It is undeniable in my mind at this moment, the Lord is going to use some of these tokens to massively transfer wealth. You have to start with this to understand this prophetic word. When you can anchor yourself in that hope that the Lord has given us, we know where the future is going. Okay, we know where it's going. But right now, the enemy is trying to crush you guys with fear, uncertainty, and unsound mind with what's going to happen in the market. But I see last night this opportunity with the Lord's like, I'm going to shift and I'm going to turn the emotions of the enemy on its head. So instead of fear, I'm going to give you excitement. Instead of doom and gloom, I'm going to give you hope. And I saw people setting up buy limits on the exchange, like myself, that I'm doing as well. And these buy limits were hit. And I saw people on YouTube. I have never seen this before. So I'm curious if this will actually come true. And I'm not just speaking of myself. I saw YouTubers celebrating that the market had crashed because the Lord spoke to them about putting buy limits in the market. And listen, guys, the Lord has spoken before. I'm pretty sure he spoke to me about this. He said, millionaires will be made in the buy limits, not the take profits. So let me explain this. If you guys have your portfolio where it's currently at, and you set a take profit, let's say for 1,000% from where we're currently at, that's a great deal of ROI. But I saw this moment coming. I don't know if it's another FTX collapse or if it's just the bear market taking over naturally on the 4-year cycle, that there were buy limits that were set by individuals that were picked up, that when those buy limits were picked up, it secured you as a future millionaire because of the buy limits you set and the quantity of coins that you were able to pick up. And that only was able to happen when you guys sat with the Lord in the quiet time and asked him, Lord, how much should I have exposed to the market? And how much should I have in the form of cash, in my opinion, in the form of buy limits to catch this drop that I don't believe it's done. So I don't need to go too much further on this, but I just feel there is a moment of excitement. And while the enemy is trying to get you guys frustrated and confused and give you an unsound mind, the Lord is offering hope and is actually telling you to do something ridiculous. And I'm going to play off my brother David's word. Like, this is going to sound ridiculous, but you are actually going to set up buy limits, and you are going to become future millionaires on your buy limits, because you know when those buy limits are triggered, you're like, yes, I've been waiting for this. When the institutions manipulate cryptocurrency and they crash it because they want the low prices, you were actually the ones ready to pick it up this time and not be the ones selling into the market. So I hope this blesses some people out there. I really think we need to be celebrating in the valley right now. And one of those celebrating moments in the future, I do think, are coming from buy limits. This last weekend, multiple buy limits for me for multiple coins have been picked up. And I'm just sitting there watching it like, Lord, I feel so blessed right now that I'm just sitting at my computer and I'm watching all this XRP be accumulated on autopilot with buy limits. I'm like, honest guys, I don't mean to sound rude, but I almost feel like it doesn't feel fair how we're able to scoop up in buy limits without doing anything. They're just sitting on the exchange. And we are literally like, every buy limit that gets hit is a Christmas gift given to us. And I'm taking that Christmas gift, and I feel like the Lord's saying, once a buy limit is placed and it gets hit, move it to cold storage. So that's the exact 3-step process I'm taking. But I feel like this favor and just this excitement, every buy limit that gets hit, I'm celebrating because I know the hope that's coming. I know the hope that's coming in the prophetic words, so I can anchor myself in that during these hard times. Okay, please use good risk management. I'm not saying dump everything. Don't HELOC your house and go put it in buy limits. Use wisdom here. But let's just turn this whole plan of the enemy to cause chaos on its head right now. And let's celebrate, anchored in the hope of what we know is coming for crypto, what the Lord has spoken to us. And instead of being down on our families and being frustrated with our families and friends because the market's going down, let's be excited. Let's call things forth as though they aren't, as though they were. This is an exciting moment. This is not a depressing moment, because I have hope and I know what the Lord has spoken about in the future. And that's what I'm putting my hope in, the Lord. Not the prophetic word necessarily and the money. It's the Lord. I'm putting my hope and faith in Him because He spoke it to me and I trust His voice. So I'm going to start here. Trade confident. I am excited, guys, on this drop. And I celebrate this drop knowing that what the Lord has shown us into the future is going to be great. And these are Christmas gifts that we are able to pick up on these buy limits. I do think it's going lower, and I've got buy limits set up very, very low. But those are gifts and Christmas gifts that we can acquire like 10-year-old kids Christmas morning. I love you guys. God bless you, and I hope this blesses some people who watch this. Alrighty, bye-bye.